Coach, thanks. CA Sports coverage for Maryland. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cleveland Browns and the Baltimore Ravens. Both of these teams about to reach the halfway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't. Feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
On the toss, here's Johnson. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Now it's locked. Throw left side, caught by the tight end Njoku. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
He finds Coleman. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain of 26 on the third down conversion.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. Here's Johnson. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Anthony Averett picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10.
Detroit!
After the interception, here's Jackson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. A big play there on the catch and run. 49 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
56.
First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And he's got room. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, where that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front and linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Watch him now, Barney. Barney.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. And they'll go on the ground. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. From the gun, it's Jackson. He'll drop it off to McCaffrey. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down.
That was impressive to me because while it was a pass play, they still rallied to the football like they were filling running lanes, and they were able to put the receiver on the ground.
And a stoppage here, a timeout before this 3rd down play takes place. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here.
Gun! 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 Detroit! Detroit!
McCaffrey. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Give him a couple on the run there, and now they're in that in-between area here on 4th and goal. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And the Ravens strike first at 3-zip. So our initial drive of the night ends in 3 points. Maybe not exactly what this home crowd wanted, but they'll take the early lead.
They will take it. You're exactly right. Everybody wants a touchdown. But in this case, good opening drive, put points on the board. And a lot of coaches do believe the first team to score in the game, statistically, often ends up the winner.
And now the Browns coming out on the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that doesn't know.
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that, give him clean lanes to throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
Now Locke, and the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
3rd and long, it's Locke. And he fires one, but incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Ravens will take over. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Second and 10. Flacco once more. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore 1st down. So the 14 yards actually takes him from 143 to the other for 1st and 10. They'll go option to the short side. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's 2nd down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
Detroit! Detroit! Gun! 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 Gun!
On 2nd down, Jackson. It's brought in complete. It's John Brown. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. His first catch, good for 16 and a first.
Lucky 56.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And now running right through it. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, and that was a safety that came through and made the play, but there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker, and we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed a big hit for a loss. On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Detroit! Detroit! Gone! 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 Gone!
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. John Brown, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens will extend their lead. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it on the first drive.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn it into first downs and hopefully points.
They go play action here on 1st down. He'll air this one toward Coleman. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And some room to roam now. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Almost unstoppable on the ground there as that one is good for 39.
Well, when you're able to break a run against a cover 2 or a 2-deep zone, safeties are back a little ways. What you're counting on is the guys taking care of business up front and then maybe climbing to the second level, that offensive lineman or tight end getting up to the second level and able to block the safety in order to create a big run.
And making those linemen work with a couple blocks. They look good doing it there.
Lucky 56! Lucky 56! Detroit! Detroit!
Now they'll run the option to the short side left. He lost 6 there on the first down play.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know, defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss.
Red, red! Yellow, yellow! Rocket, rocket!
On second down, Flacco to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Great footwork, but still wrangled down before reaching the 20. Give him 8 on the play, and just like that, it's third down.
Detroit! Detroit! Gun! 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 Detroit! Detroit! Gun! 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 Gun!
From the gun, Jackson. And he's got Snead. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
They'll try to run with McCaffrey. He pushes forward from maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
On 2nd and goal, here's an option play left. Oh, and now he bowls him over. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
So if I'm an offensive coordinator, there's one thing that I know for sure. This is one of the top 5 teams in the NFL against the run. So when I look at my playlist, I'm probably thinking about throwing it.
4 down.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th.
Brandon, I believe that they were in 4-down territory, and that's what they were thinking. But after the loss, I've got to kick the field goal. No way I'm going to go for it in this situation. But you know some of these coaches, they're extremely unpredictable, and they may go ahead and press it.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Over the middle, the catch by Coleman. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Love. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. A good convergence there defensively, only a yard, and it's 2nd down. Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. To throw on 2nd down is Locke. Screen play, Johnson. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Baltimore after this. Throwing on 3rd down. Locke. Coleman has it here right side. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. And now the Ravens are going to take another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him. Contract time, you could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
toe
that.
Bashed it.
Super toe.
After the incompletion, they'll try once more from the 20-yard line on 2nd and 10. Incomplete on first down. Now Flacco on second. And an alley to run. The improv act there, good for 9. And now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
Lucky 56. Gone. Detroit. Gone.
Jackson from the shotgun. Flushed out right. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. When in doubt, do it yourself as he keeps it for 3 and a first down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Detroit.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Jackson operating from the gun. He shakes him off. Steps away to his left. And spinning now. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half.
Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
Well, they're watching the film, and it's working. After the interception, it's low. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
On 2nd and 10, Locke. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the 1st half. On 1st down, Locke. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. Jarvis Landry, the intended receiver, and now it's 2nd down. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Johnson. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Tackle made by Tyus Bowser. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the 1st half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. On the left hash, officially, it's called a 51-yard attempt. He's got the leg, but it's no good. He missed it right. So we're at halftime here in the Inner Harbor with the hometown Ravens on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the 2nd half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you think you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still 3rd quarter, but you just get that. Oh, he tried to pitch it, and the ball's loose. And I think the Browns got it. They did. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that, and when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball...
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Duke Johnson with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Browns take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Gonzalez good on the extra point. And it's now 13-7. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney! Watch it now, Barney! Barney! Gun! 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 Hot!
Now Jackson on 1st down. Caught right side at Snead. And a nice gain of 21 yards. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Detroit! Detroit! Hot!
Jackson on first down. Dancing to his left. Oh, he's got a little daylight. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down.
I think the last two plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those two that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you.
Black 99 Philly, here we go. Watch him now, Barney.
This is McCaffrey on the give. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. Well, at least he was able to break that initial contact, or it could have been a loss.
Yeah, give credit to the defensive player, though. What did he do? Made him slow down, slow up his feet, and allowed the rest of the guys to get there to finish him off.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
To throw is Jackson. From the gun, he'll throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half. Incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
And now before they run this play on 4th and 1, we're going to get a break and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this 3rd quarter. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1.
Gun! Detroit!
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. And that is going to be incomplete. The Ravens go for it but come up empty. And this Browns defense stands tall. Well, it was too far for a field goal try. You don't really gain a whole lot out of a punt, so I don't think you have much of a problem with that, do you?
No, not at all. I think it's the right play, the exact right play, because even if you want to play defense and pin them deep, you know how hard it is for a punter to knock one dead inside the 10-yard line. That's not necessarily easily done. So I think going for it there was the right call.
Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down. They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, in on the stop.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The rush defense stout on first down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Here's Love. Dumping it off for Johnson. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup, and all of a sudden here, it's third down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. From the gun, here's Love. Underneath for Johnson. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
From the red zone now, Love. And it'll be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10.
Now, Barney!
They'll start by running the option to the right.
Check 26.
A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down.
And that's exactly what this play is supposed to look like when it's executed properly. The handoff inside was taken away as well as the pitch man, but the quarterback made the perfect decision and kept it and sprinted deep downfield.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Check your hot read.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Emmanuel Ogbah in there to bring him down for a loss of 7.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. From the gun, it's Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Detroit!
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. And some space here. And he showcases the spin. A pretty good gain before he's taken down. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still 4th down.
Well, it's not going to be a first down, but that's a nice job of picking up yardage on 3rd and long. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you. And in this case, it wasn't enough to pick up the first down.
And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And now it's a 2-score game at 9, 16-7. So that one is his 3rd of the game. Now, if you're wondering, that's only halfway to his career high, as he once had 6 field goals.
Brandon, what, 6? Let's hope we don't get that again, please. Can we see a few touchdowns here and there?
That'd be nice. Then he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Browns offense trotting back onto the field. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. Back to the air. Luck on 2nd down. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Let it roll, let it roll, let it roll.
3rd and long. It's Luck. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Anthony Averett picks it, and they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. They'll start by running the option to the right. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Detroit! Detroit!
Mike, 53. 53. Mike. I don't even know why this team showed up.
Detroit! Detroit!
Kill. Turn it up. Kill. Turn it up.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And they drop him for a loss, but penalty markers are on the field. Let's see about the call. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. And now they face a 2nd and 6 after the penalty. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Ravens in control of the football. They've also got the lead as we get set for the 4th. They'll go option on 2nd down, right side. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
The Ravens on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 9.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now with the play clock down to 2, we're going to get a timeout here. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. The Ravens on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, Jackson. And that is incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. And off the crossbar, no good. A sensational effort from that distance, but rejected by the bar. And this score will stay right where it is. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that's going to be incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Luck. And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You
circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. And it's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. That will be their 3rd and final stoppage as they'll only have the 2-minute warning now remaining. A shotgun snap for Luck. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Duke Johnson with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Browns have cut it back within a score. Gonzalez to add the PAT. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and that will get him 1 closer. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And the Ravens taking the field. That last touchdown has made this really tight. They're clinging now to this slim lead. Second half, they only have a field goal. This offense needs to kick it into gear.
And right now, I'm looking directly at the field general, at the quarterback. Because to me, he's got to take over right now. By word, pumping his team up, and then, of course, by deed with his play. My high school coach used to say that all the time. Laddie, take over by word and deed.
And deed means action.
Exactly.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. And they'll run it here. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Here's Jackson. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Larry Ogunjobi in there to drop him for a loss on the play. Here's Sam Cook now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. The Browns offense heading back out to take possession. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, and their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
Johnson, and he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. To throw on second down is Locke. Escaping the pressure right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Off of play action, Locke. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. It'll be a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And no, it's incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. Looking at this situation, if they get a field goal out of this, it helps. But a touchdown would really help into going to secure the victory.
And know what I'm thinking right here? In the West Coast offense, in their parlance, every time they throw the football, they say you're either throwing it for a touchdown or a check down. In this case, it's either taking time off the clock or getting that touchdown that really puts you in firm control. I think they'll go either way on this one.
And he held on to it, but he probably shouldn't have as they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit! Detroit!
On 3rd down, Jackson. It finds Crabtree for the completion. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. First down, and they'll try to run the option left. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
So the myth has been shattered. Every cornerback in the league is not just a cover corner. Some of them will stick their nose in there and make plays exactly as we just saw there. A big loss suffered by the offense after that nice tackle.
Second and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run. They'll run it now out of the gun. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. On third, here's an option play right. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. And now the Browns are going to take another timeout, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This is a 26-yard attempt. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And that will push the lead up to 5. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now, because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late-game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. This defense has watched their lead dwindle away. This is where they really need to bow up. They executed well there.
And it's often hard after you've played really well early, and then you kind of relax a little bit, to step on the gas again. They just did it on the last play. Looks like they want to finish this one off.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, second and 10.
Let it roll, let it roll, let it roll.
They'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to let it fly. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third. They try to take a shot there on second down, and that leaves them, because of the incompletion, a very tricky 3rd and 10.
And with the time situation, you would expect them to try and get it all in this one play, but there's still enough time that if you can take something shorter, gain some yardage, make it a more manageable 4th down if you need to.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
11.
Back to throw. Forced out to his left. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Anthony Everett picks it. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. He was looking for Landry that time. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. The Ravens taking a knee with victory seemingly in hand here. The Browns will quickly use their third and final timeout as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it. And that kneeled down a little extra sweet. You get the win, and you knock out somebody's perfect season.
Yeah, you're exactly right, because it's not a championship game yet, but the team that's undefeated feels like a champion. So you've won a little bit extra in this one. Yeah, they've got to feel great about taking a knee here.
Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Are you one of those guys that's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Got your notes laminated, because, you know, open-air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. By the way, how impressive is it that you travel with a laminator? I didn't even know there was a portable laminator.
The things that you learn.
Golly, wise beyond his years.